Hello guys, how are you guys doing? Hello ceiling fans, data bytes, and everyone else. If you might have saw, I was just testing my new Nightbot commands in the chats just now. So, now you can !store and see all the links to my pages where I sell things, and you can !lore to get my 2 sentences of lore. Hey, Xenon, I don't consider this 8 minutes late. I tell you guys that it starts at 7, and I plan to start like 5 minutes afterwards to wait for people to come in, which is why the start screen exists, you know? So I guess I was maybe 3 minutes late, which isn't bad at all. Not bad at all. Ain't nobody complaining about that. I hope not. Okay, so what we were going to do today is I was going to continue what I did last week, which was drawing a Vtuber model for one of my clients. And I'm expecting that it will be more of a chill, quiet stream today, because I hope I can get work done instead of spend 60% of my stream talking. And also, my sister and mom is coming to visit later tonight, so I might have to end a little bit earlier, only by like a little bit though, because I'm expecting them to come like 3 hours later. So 3 hours, it's pretty average for my stream times. I have been going a bit longer these past few streams. Is that lore a summary or everything there is for now? It's kind of a summary. It's kind of a summary of the one paragraph that I have, which is not much more. It just explains it in a bit more wordy way. Which I think I talked about a few times. Not that there's that much to talk about. Quiet stream, that probably won't happen. Yeah, let's see. It depends on how much you guys distract me. Okay, let's get right into the art stream then. And this time, I won't forget to record. Please let me know if anything is off about the stream. Last stream I did on YouTube, the cursor for the arm was like, I don't know, it was off. It wasn't right under where the tablet pen was touching the screen. And nobody said anything until I noticed myself, like 2 hours in. Alright. Is there going to be something like a short story for the lore? The aesthetic is really good and kind of has you wanting more. I think one day my goal is I will create a animation for the lore, like a short animation, not like a whole 20-minute thing, like 1 minute. But that would just be a passion project that would probably be a bit into the future, because right now I am quite packed with stuff to draw, including this commission and another one. It's a pretty big project. I mean, I've done it before. One of the animations I made, let me think. So I made a 2-minute animation pretty much almost on my own. I had another artist help a little bit. And I made another, I think, 45 seconds animation that was a little bit more intense. And I don't think I ever posted that one because that was supposed to be a part of a bigger thing that never came out. There's like a chance it might still come out, but I'm really doubting it. I shared it on Twitter. But that was a very long time ago. Will there be... We'll be there to witness the whole animation. Let me tell you guys, doing stuff on After Effects is such a bore to watch. You won't understand a single thing that I do. It's kind almost, not quite, but sort of like coding. Everybody who does After Effects animation and coding are probably thinking, what the fuck is that comparison? What I'm saying is it's confusing as heck. Sorry if this is rude or personal, but you love my voice/accent. May you ask what my ethnic background is? It's not rude. I get asked that a lot. And I am Chinese, but I don't know if you can hear that in my accent. Alright, so what I'm trying to get done today is... Basically, what I have right now is very basic base colors. And I have to separate them into pieces. And then I have to render them to be fully detailed. And I usually just go part by part. For example, I do the hair to almost completion before I move on into the clothes instead of working on the whole picture as a whole. Yes, I'm talking about the animation I made for the Giants music video. Yeah. Of course, that project got stuck on the animation step of it, as that's probably how 70% of music video projects die, on the animation. It's alright, it's alright. I learned something from it, and I don't have the willpower to pick up that animation on my own to finish it, as in the rest of the whole song, since I only did 45 seconds of it. And by the way, V-Day, thank you for coming to my stream. Music video, yes. I have participated in group collaboration projects where we made music videos in the past, but they are way too much work for what they're worth. So I don't really see any in my near future. Hello Red, welcome to the stream. Thank you, Christelle. Christelle says, I draw very beautifully in Chinese, which I can read. Flexing the 10 Chinese words I recognize. So, do anybody in the chat right now know how to make VTuber models or have made VTuber models in the past? Because if so, I have a question. It's too hard. It is pretty hard. VTuber models. Silence. Actually, I saw like, I think 2 people said they do. But basically, I was just going to ask, do you separate everything before you shade or after you shade? because all of my pairs that I am aware of, I think they separate the pieces after they shade. And I do the other way around because I find it quite hard to separate, the tiny details that I drew when it is all on one layer. So I think it's like more simple to draw them on different layers first, so I don't have to think about, trying to trace them with the select tool. But there's also, some shortcomings to shading before you separate, which is, wait, no, the other way around. Separating before you shade, which is you're gonna have like 100 layers, and if you want to make like an edit on one of the layers, an edit on like the hair, and the hair is already separated, like you want to change the color or something, just basically you want to edit the whole look of like a big object, but that object has been separated already into like 100 pieces. It's gonna be incredibly hard. And using the multiple select layer thing, it doesn't always work out. You also separate it before you shade. Cutting it after isn't that hard, but also you'd have to draw under a lot of things. And your shading's detailed. Yeah, that's my problem too. Although I do think cutting after is hard. For the few times I did something like that. You shade on another layer if you want to change something. And then you compress everything, I guess. Yeah, I think like, imagine at the end you want to apply an overlay effect to the whole drawing. You literally have to copy and paste this overlay layer to every single one of your layers. Clip, clipping group, and then merge on every single layer. At least that's how I've been doing it. What does alpha log and multiply do? Alpha log is not a term used in Paint to Sci, but I'm pretty sure it means it logs the opacity of the pixels, correct? Can you confirm for me, chat? Alpha log prevents drawing outside of the current block of color, and multiply is like a layer that enhances the color. Yes, so I'm not sure if you meant alpha log on the multiply layer, or you were just asking two separate questions, but what Tina said is correct. Multiply darkens anything that is under it. So if you have red under it and then you use a multiply layer with blue on top, you're gonna get a very dark purple color. Every piece ends up being 2 or 3 layers when you separate them, then shade, and your laptop gets really angry. Every piece. 2 layers doesn't sound that bad, but I think by piece, you mean like, like one air. I mean, I don't think anybody separates the air into any pieces, but for example, the eye, my eye separation is literally like 10 layers. There's the eyelid, the top eyelid, the bottom eyelid, the eye crease, the eyelashes, the bottom lashes, bottom eye crease. Eyeball, eye white, shadow on the eyeball, light on the eyeball. Just to name a few. Welcome to the membership, Apis. Who am I drawing? I'm drawing one of my clients. This is a commission. And what I'm doing at the moment is I'm separating the hair into the appropriate layers.
Hello, user.
Yes, and for the eyes, you have to duplicate it because of the left and right. And then sometimes I get ahead of myself, duplicate it, because I want to see what the Vtuber looks like with both their eyes, right? And then I make continuous changes to the eyeball. I mean, to the whole eye. And then I have to keep duplicating it. My model drawing time-lapse was really useful when figuring out how to split your own model, so thank you for that. I'm glad you found it so. Sail Phantom Hive. Hello! Irub! I still haven't figured out how to pronounce your name. I know that I asked you the other time I mentioned this, but I don't think I saw your response. Thank you for donating, Daniel. I believe that's the first donation of the day.
Upgrade underway.
Okay, so the last VTuber model I drew, I tried to like cut some corners and keep some of the hair strands together on one layer. But the rigger was like, nope, we're not having that. I'm not gonna make it easy on you. And made me do like a million edits and separate the hair into like 1,000 strands. So now I've learned my lesson.
Upgrade underway.
Yes, Aru, but still. Tell me. Aruvin, thank you for donating the Chasm Gaming. You like how my music and donation sounds like you're on a sounds like I'm on a ship, like one Overwatch map where I'm on a ship, where you're on a ship. Jeez, always getting the tenses confused when I try to read someone's message in second person. I've played Overwatch for like a very long time. I'm like level 300. But I can't think of a map where I'm on a ship. It might be new though. Alright, so it's Arvin. Arvin. I'll try to remember that. Yes, I'm level 300, but still a noob. Speaking of gaming, I was in a gaming stream the other day. Yesterday night. Well, actually, it's technically this morning because it was at 1 a.m. my time. I didn't stream it, but it was on Twitch, and I think 2 of the other people in the stream, in the set gaming session, streamed it. But we played Smash, and that was like the second time I touched the game. The first time being when I bought the game and I played it with my sister for 10 minutes, and then I never touched it again. And I felt it was a waste of my money because that game is expensive as heck. I was like, this game is so boring. All you do is mash buttons. But then I had quite a lot of fun yesterday. So I think the mashing of the buttons is growing on me. And I concluded that I was a Kirby main. I actually, I think I won like maybe half of the games. Like it was 4v4, and out of all the games I played, I won a good number of them. So yeah, maybe that's why I enjoyed it, because I was beating people up. How do I feel about gift arts? I quite appreciate gift arts. There's nothing wrong with gift arts. Fan art is very lovely, I love seeing it. I actually have a hashtag for that if you noticed. On the bottom of the screen, there are some hashtags there. So, Cecile is the one for fan art. Cecile beating people sounds right. Exactly. That's what I was made to do. I'm a murderous android.
Hello, user.
Thank you for becoming a member, Eric. Okay, so I actually think this hair strand should be on a different layer from the other one. It's kind of calming separating things on stream, because I don't have to think. I just select, cut and paste. Take care of vampiric hyena. My brain can't decide if I should call you vamp or hyena, because I always end up calling people by the first word in their name, but also sometimes that word is an adjective. So sometimes it doesn't make sense. Vamp is fine. Lots of Discord calls you that. Discord calls you lots of stuff. I read that wrong. Alright, gotcha. Hello, Yan Fei. Welcome to the stream. Today's stream will probably be more chill than usual. I usually don't repeat one drawing twice on YouTube. For 2 reasons. One, because I think it's a bore, and 2, because I draw faster when I'm off stream, so I tend to not stream the rest of the drawing process after I finish streaming the start of a drawing. Actually, 3 reasons. And 3, I have a Patreon where one of the rewards is the real-time drawing process, so I kind of, sort of have to paywall you guys. But it does kind of limit the amount of streams I do. So I did think of a solution for that, which is I do unarchived drawing streams on Twitch. I do plan to do gaming streams on Twitch, but also, depending on how productive I want to be, half the streams on Twitch might end up being unarchived drawing. What do you mean, yes, but does it include you? Are you talking about my real-time speed paints? I mean,
Hello,
not speed
user.
paints, real-time processes? Because no, it doesn't include me. Thank you for becoming a member, Sicko. Rip. I thought it'd be better that way. Well, first of all, there really isn't a me to include if I'm drawing it off stream. I'm not talking or anything. Second of all, it's just the drawing process. There's nothing to distract you from it. And I don't think all of my Patreon subscribers, or patrons. I get those 2 words so confused. I'm pretty sure patron is a real word and Patreon is the company or website. I don't think most of them, or the majority of them, are there for my Vtuber stuff. They're just there for my art. You watch all my real-time speed paints because you're nice like that. You're already being nice by buying them. That's enough. You don't have to watch them. Alright. And another hair strand separated. Can you see how this could be hard if I already shaded the entire head? Everything is overlapping. And there are so many strands. How do I find my art style? You want to draw as well as me, but you struggle a lot. I think asking the question, how do I find my style, is a very common question asked by beginner artists. And I think it shouldn't be something that you should be too concerned about. You shouldn't worry yourself that much over it, because when you draw something and you're drawing purely from your own originality and your own preferences and the things that you want to put on paper, it is your style. It will eventually be reflected in all your artwork, the type of aesthetic you like. And yeah, sometimes you do see an artist where you're like, oh, that's blah blah blah's art. And then you look, you're like, oh, it's not. Because it's a different artist with a similar style. Sometimes that happens, and there's a chance that one of those artists was influenced by the other. There's that chance. But also, when it comes to anime, I think a lot of anime artists think there's a standard. Because lots of anime look very similar. So you do tend to end up with some artists who just coincidentally draw very similarly because they have the same influences from different sources and not each other. Milo says, me with 8 years of drawing and still don't have an art style. It's not working. Are you sure about that though? Like, if you asked your friend if they can recognize your art, if your name wasn't on top of it, don't you think they would say yes? And not just to be nice? I did notice that a lot of artists, I think myself included, have said
Upgrade underway.
have said before sometime at one point in their artist career that they think their art style is super inconsistent. And then I look at their gallery and I'm like, girl, you're consistent AF. Every single piece I can recognize is yours. So I think we tend to look too closely at our own art. We pick out all the little inconsistencies and kind of blow it up. Thank you for donating, Raven. Wisely put, Cecile. Just trying to help, give some advice where I can. Okay, so this hair strand is going to be covered by another hair strand. This is an unusual stream hour. Are you trying to sleep early? Sean, this is actually a usual stream hour. I think, Sean, you've gotten used to the time that I stream on Twitch, which is at 12 AM. But on YouTube, I've always been doing streams around this time. And yeah, I have my family coming a little bit later today. Otherwise, I might have delayed the stream as I usually do because I love procrastinating. And thank you, Rhino, for donating. Rhino says, do you think art block is real? Thoughts on that? I've definitely talked about art block a few times, I think, on my streams. But yes, definitely art block is real. It's not just an art thing, it's any sort of creative thing. Burnout happens. Especially if you push yourself too hard and your expectations for yourself are too high. And then what happens is you start losing motivation because your brain tells you can't do it. You're not good enough. And that's when you get into an art block. So my advice for art block has always been to just wait it out. Give yourself a break. The main reason why I get into an art block is because of stress most of the time. So just to help that stress dissipate a little bit by not drawing. Don't think about drawing. Drawing, is that stressing you out? Just leave it out of your life for a little bit. And if you feel unfulfilled by doing that, because I know some artists who are like, I can't stop drawing because drawing is the only thing I know. Well, I assure you, if you look, you may definitely find another hobby or multiple hobbies that you enjoy just as much, and you can do them a bit more casually so you don't get stressed out about them, and that will help out as well. Take your mind off things, switch hobbies a little bit. Kind of thinking about how I should separate this. You feel like your art blocks are consistent in the way you can't draw much in one go. Recently, same. Everybody says, oh, remember the good old days when you were at the peak of your productivity and you could draw one new drawing every single day? Remember those days? I mean, I don't know if you're younger than me. I'm in my 20s, but I just think it's just something that happens when you get more responsibilities and your brain just can't handle doing one thing for such a long time because you're just tired. And I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Especially if art is your hobby. There's no rush. It's okay to take things slow. Oh, and also, Rhino, thank you for donating again. Is there a sale block? Thoughts on that? Do you mean, do I have an art block or had one? Is that what you're asking? Have I ever been fixated on drawing one thing and nothing else? So when I was a child, like 10 or even younger, like maybe 7, I drew like dragons and wolves. I literally think that's what everybody drew as children. Dragons and wolves. And that was like the only thing I drew. I mean, if you consider anime a fixation, I guess that would be my fixation now. A block for watching theCecile. A block for watching theCecile. You mean what? Do you mean like me blocking you on social media? You had notebooks full of stuff like that. We are all the same. We are one. Yes, dragons. And one of my favorite children's TV shows was Dragon Tales. I liked dragons.
Upgrade underway. Upgrade underway.
Thank you for donating, Chasm. Oh, or is it Chasm? Okay, so wait, I think I forgot to thank Dragon. Dragon, thank you for donating. And Chasm. Chasm says, have any artistic pet peeves? It's a very broad question. So you mean when I'm drawing, do I have any pet peeves that I bump into while drawing? What do I think about fixed art? That when literally change everything in the character just for making it more inclusive? You mean like race bending characters? I don't mind them. I think artists, art itself is about expressing what you want to see, and if you don't like somebody's art, then you can look away.
Hello, user.
But I think that other types of fixed art, where they're literally making fun of the original artist by saying, oh, that artist sucks, so I'm gonna show you how you should have drawn it. That's just rude. Oh, and of course, if you're gonna edit anybody's artwork, I guess if it is like a huge company, gaming company or something, it's a little bit less important, but if it's just some random artist's artwork, at least ask for permission. Thank you for joining the membership, Joshua. And Chasm says, for me, it's backseat drivers who direct every little thing. Oh, I mean, even though I stream arts, I don't think that happens very often to me. And like the few times somebody said anything, it was helpful. And even if I didn't, so usually it's pretty rude to give critique to someone who didn't ask for critique, because you don't want to be criticized without expecting it, at least. Like, you don't want to show someone something that you just learned and the only thing that they can tell you is how you can improve. But in my streams, I haven't noticed too many people doing it. So it hasn't gotten to the point where I'm annoyed by it. Okay, but let's see. Pet peeve, let me think. It's kind of hard because I'm thinking like most of the annoyances I have while drawing is solely my fault. Like, I don't like how I have to color for so long and then it looks like shit at the end. Always happens. I always think my art looks like shit, like as soon as I finish, and I have to work on it for like a few hours, even though it's technically done, but it looks bad, so I have to keep working on it to make it look good. That's like just my lack of skill, so I wouldn't really call that a pet peeve. That's a big mood, yes. My mood all the time. So what I'm doing right now is, this is supposed to be the back of the head, which technically won't show that much, so I won't have to put that much detail here. And I do think I made it too long. But since I already drew it, I'm just gonna deform it to be a regular length. There we go. You feel like at first it's just looking for mistakes to fix, but then it gets to your head and everything looks bad. Yeah, that's usually how it happens. And then you rest your eyes, look at it again the next day, and you're like, hey, it's not that bad. But then you stare at it for too long again, and then you start thinking it looks like shit again. It's just a cycle. A cycle of self-deprecation. Okay, so on this side of the head, I believe I didn't separate anything here. Alright. I have to think of a clever way for this to be separated. That makes sense. Because I want to separate the tail part of the hair from the top part. At least I think that's a good idea. Humility is the cure to pride in self-mortification / defecation. Defecation? That makes me think. I know you spelled a different word, but that makes me think of the word that means going potty. You could totally start a high chain with Nightbot. Hello. Yes. I'll add to the chain. Thank you for donating, Player Killer.
Underway.
Nihon kara ohayo gozaimasu. And the rest I cannot read. Good morning from Japan. Amazing technology. Thank you. Yes. Can you hear my dog making a ruckus in the background? Is it loud? Because I can turn up the noise gate. I can read hiragana and katakana, and like 3 kanjis from my little bit of Japanese experience. Sugoi gijutsu desu ne. Okay, that's what they said. Thank you, Yuki. Superior Japanese speaker. You can barely hear him. Okay, that's great. I wish I could turn her. Wait. Sorry. I don't know if you called my dog him because I said he, but I also keep mentioning her. I just got her and I've only ever had male dogs. So having a hard time adapting to having a female one. I keep wanting to say good boy. Bring her here. Some of you guys just really want my streams to be animal streams. Dog ASMR. One of the best ASMRs ever, and this is a fact, no debating, is dogs eating stuff. I actually watched this one channel where a guy, if you search up, I guess if you just search up dog ASMR on YouTube, like one of the videos that pop up first is a guy feeding his 2 pit bulls raw meat. They are so satisfying to watch, but I'm also a little bit concerned about the channel because, first of all, he feeds his dog like so much. Literally, some other dog ASMRs, they feed their dog like tiny bites of the food that they have, but this one, he's feeding his dog like 3 plates full of meat, and I'm like, are they supposed to be eating that much in one go? And I think some people in the comments said his dogs look thin too, so that was like a little bit concerning. Like, what's going on? Pit bulls eat a lot, do they? You said you watched Gohan the Husky. Yeah, I've seen some of his videos too, and he's one of those dog ASMR channels who feeds his dog like 3 little bites of food. So that's like such a big difference between that and the one with the pit bulls. Do I have any more pets than Moon? Yes, so I have another cat, Betsy, who I've had before Moon. And I actually got Moon because I was thinking that Betsy was close to death. She's very old, and I didn't want to be too sad about it. So yeah, I was preparing for a replacement. And then, just recently I adopted a new puppy. Spirit, who is the dog that people have been hearing in the background. Got an early replacement, but she has been hanging on strong right now. So like, she had like a medical scare, but she's still kind of recovering from it, but she's literally still alive and has a will to live. She's eating, drinking, and happy. So I actually don't really think she's going to die that soon. At least not within a year. What was my first pet? Dog slash cat slash hamster. My first pet was a hamster. I think a lot of kids get a hamster as their first pet. I've always associated hamsters with like an initiation pet. Initiate you into the world of having pets. And Moon is slowly getting more used to Spirit. I think the biggest issue between them right now is Moon likes to run and Spirit likes to chase. And I really wish that Moon would just stand his ground. Like if he didn't run, then there's nothing to chase. Cause Spirit doesn't chase Betsy. Cause Betsy doesn't run. So I wish Moon would get over that. But if there's nowhere to run, like all the doors are closed, then they eventually meet face to face and nothing bad happens. So I don't know. I don't know if I should introduce them in a closed environment like that, or just let them get used to each other naturally over time. What am I doing right now? I am separating the pieces of this VTuber's hair, and that is taking me quite a while because there are so many hair strands. But also the hair and face, especially the eyes, are the most complex parts to separate, I think. I mean, for me at least. I don't know about other people. Maybe if someone has a simple style, then it wouldn't be more complex than the clothes if the outfit was very complicated. But for me, it's the hair and eyes. So I'm getting the bulk of the work done, basically. First. Your first pet was probably a mosquito. How adorable. Actually, wait, now that I think about it, I'm wrong. My first pets... So I was thinking about my first pets I had in America, which is a hamster, but in China, they sell the weirdest pets on the streets. And I know this is probably like an ethical concern. So, yeah, I don't really
Hello, user.
I don't know if it's like such a great practice that they do this. They sell like chickens and ducks and stuff like that. So I think my first pet was probably a chicken. Did I move the strands to different layers so they can be animated separately? Yes, that is exactly what I did. Nope, they're definitely sold as pets, not food. Because they dye the chicken colors so that the kids will find them more attractive, like pink and blue chickens. And that's probably another concern. It's fucking weird. I guess if you live in a rural area, it won't be that weird to have a chicken as a pet. But yes, it is weird. Okay, I'm wondering if I should separate more here on the bottom. I'm just gonna say no and have the rigger tell me if they wanted to save myself the work for now. Okay. There are animal diets that are safe, but yeah, rurally chickens aren't too rare as a pet. In your country, people have chicken as pets, and Oatmeal was having a lot of chickens, and he told me if I wanted a chicken to be a pet. Couldn't he have just eaten his eggs, though? Yeah, those two confused me, because when they grow up, they turn white because of the feathers. Yeah, your pink chick isn't gonna be a pink chicken. Sorry, kids. Alright, so There's this extra hair strand here. Let's see. See ya, Noodles. Just checking what I didn't separate yet. Alright, so I didn't do this side either. You remember your uncle's hens running around headless when we were going to eat them for New Year? Yeah, apparently chickens do that. Chickens do that. It's chickens, the plural. Because I keep thinking that you can just say chicken, like fish. And that's just plural all on its own. It is, isn't it? Wait. It is like that, isn't it? Most dead bodies do that, you think. I've never heard of a human dead body running on its feet, but yes, when you die, the nerve signals, like the electric signals, electric impulses in your nerves don't immediately disappear, so there's still some twitching and post-mortem movement. And apparently there was this whole story about somebody's chicken who they cut off the head, but they missed part of the brain. I think they missed the brain stem. Might be a little bit more. Wait, hold on. Might be a little bit more than the brain stem, but they missed that. So the chicken was headless and still alive. It wasn't just running for a short period of time. It was literally alive without a head. And it was like a huge thing. They ended up taking this chicken like as a circus act, but I think the chicken died eventually because of either like starvation or something. Something like that. I know that they were feeding it by inserting food into the esophagus. Poor chicken. Yeah, it is pretty sad, but also I don't think that the chicken could actually, you know, feel anything. Its whole brain is gone. I'm pretty sure it was just a completely instinctually active body. I don't really think it's like, you know, alive. Chicken died years later due to poor care. Someone used the wrong funnel to feed it, choked to death. Okay, that is what happened. Gotcha. And his brain was mostly intact. Damn. Literally a walking corpse. Yes. Okay, so I think I missed this strand here. A zombie, in other words. Little did we know the zombie apocalypse, damn, is going to be about chicken. Wonder if there are other animals that can survive without a brain. There's cockroaches for sure. Yeah, so cockroaches can survive without their head, and I think the only reason why they die is because of thirst. And I think, I mean, animals is a very broad, it's a huge kingdom. Sponges are animals, and a lot of animals in the more simpler groups, they don't even have brains. So yeah, there are probably lots of animals that can survive without a brain if their brain is simple enough. I mean, they probably can't survive that well. Since, of course, the brain has a function. Luke says, can relate. You can survive with one brain cell, so there should be others too. There are others, I'm living proof right here. Jellyfish live without brains, they spend most of their time floating. So if you don't know if that counts. Yeah, jellyfish are extremely simple. You might be able to tell because of their radial body scheme. So they're like several body schemes, and like one of the most simplest ones is radial, which means they're symmetrical in like several planes. And we're bilateral. We're only symmetrical in one plane. And they do have a nervous system, but you might be right that they don't have a brain. They do have a very simple nervous system, I think. You love that jellyfish turn into a plant to reproduce and then become jellyfish again. Plants. Yes, that's kind of what they do. I mean, of course, they don't actually turn into a plant. What is it called? A hypha? I took like one zoology class. A polyp? Pretty sure I missed quite a few things on the left side of his head, or I guess my left side. Hypha, yes. Gotcha. You want to know what made plants want to eat meat. So you were talking about like Venus flytraps and other similar plants, right? So actually the reason why they eat meat, I'm pretty sure it's because they live in these extremely populated forests or jungles, or tropical forests, I guess, where there's just so much competition of other plants, like leaching the nutrients out of the ground. So they just adapted. They found a new way. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I missed one hair strand, which is this. This one. What program do I use to rig the character? It's called Live 2D Cubism. And also I'm not going to be rigging this character, somebody else will be. Why are they called Venus flytraps? Because why not Jupiter flytraps? Or Mars flytraps? Good question. Maybe the guy who discovered them was named Venus. It's like half the reason how things are named. Did you know that if you discover a species, you get to name it? You get to decide its scientific name. A group of rabbits called a fluffo. I've never heard that. That's so cute. I think I could just draw. I need to merge some of these strands to make it simpler, but to do it in a smart way. The plant's common name refers to Venus, the Roman goddess of love, while the species name Musapula is Latin for both mousetrap and flytrap. Interesting that mousetrap and flytrap have the same name. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I finished separating most of the layers that I want. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back and arrange them to make more sense. Damn, so that's like, I think 20 plus layers already on the hair. And I'm gonna name them too. Front strand. Did I know that the processing of birthing an alpaca is called an unpacking? I like that. You know, I'm just gonna go unpack my alpaca. That's a lot of layers, yeah. Now you know why I suffer. Ahoge. Right, so I'm pretty sure I don't need this on a separate layer from the entire back of the head. So let's just merge that. Back hair. What if a kangaroo was to see inside a man's pants? Would it think your child is dead? Jesus Christ. And what could have possibly made you think of that? If I can draw scales, you can do this too. I can certainly do both, but I can't do it without suffer. All right. Nothing in this layer? Guess not. I'm also going to merge layers with similar pieces on it just to make it easier to shade, but I'm gonna have to separate the layers again later, after I'm done. Which won't be too hard, because as you can see, they don't connect in any way. The only time worth putting in that level of work would be if you're feeling particularly M. I think chat can't decide if I'm M or S. Whatever is convenient, I guess. Everything's conditional. Only useful when convenient. Cecile could be a switch for all we know. Perhaps. Perhaps that's the true answer. Alright. Too many hair strands. The rigor is gonna kill me. Oh damn, did I forget something? Oh wait, no I didn't. I'm looking for the other sideburn piece. Wherever that is. Not enough hair strands, there's never enough. That's what my brain tells me. I don't need another voice in my head. Hello Minsu, welcome to my stream. Oh wow, I really don't have the other sideburn. Damn, I guess I'll draw it now. Why not change their colors until I organize them? That passed my mind. But also that's like a whole nother step of work. Might help, it might just be more work. Who knows? Okay, so this is gonna be my middle piece. Hello Rex! My day's been going pretty good. I finished everything I wanted to do before I streamed, which rarely happens. And yes, that includes basic stuff like eating lunch. Okay. What else is there? Wait, hold on. Didn't I already draw that on the back of the head? I think I might have. No, I actually didn't. Alright. I don't think the back of the head should really show at all up here. So let me just make this strand wider. How long will this stream go for? At least another hour. Very proud of me for eating something. And I ate real food. I cooked food. I actually cooked food that doesn't involve anything instant. Are you proud of me, Mom? Are you prouder? I'm seeking my parents' praise. Okay, let's see. What else? Hog. Call the police. I microwaved an egg. Wouldn't that be the disappointing reality? Nick, now fix the sleep schedule. Thank you for donating. Dragon. That's a little bit too much to ask.
Upgrade
Don't push it.
underway.
Try frying instant noodles. Are you giving me health advice, or are you telling me to be even more unhealthy? She probably made steak. I made steak once in my life. And that was because I watched a lot of Guga food videos. I love his videos. They're so high production, and I think pretty sure he's like doing all this himself. Like he's a whole videographer. I might be wrong if he has an editor and cameraman. I apologize to that person, but I'm like thinking that he does it all by himself. And he, if you don't know who he is, Guga Food, he does a bunch of steak videos. It's literally his whole channel. What I actually cooked was pork and mushroom and some like other stuff in there. Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to have his face be a placeholder. So that I know where the front bangs end and where the back ones start. How to Basic is the best cooking channel. There's like people who kind of do How to Basic stuff on TikTok now and other TikTok like videos, like YouTube shorts. And I guess it never fails to catch people's attention. But like, I don't know what it is. Do people like feeling uncomfortable? Is that what it is? What about the god, Gordon Ramsay? Gordon Ramsay is a comedic genius. And I think very rarely people can pull off humor like his. Because I think there was some... I don't know what other show it was, but there was like another judge there with Gordon Ramsay who was also trying to be really mean. And everybody hated him. He was just mean. He wasn't Gordon. He can't be Gordon. Joe from MasterChef? Maybe. I think there were kids in it. I've actually watched a good number of reality TV, is that what they are called? There can only be one Gordon. That's right. And I think after some point it just gets so repetitive. Especially the host. I think the host matters a lot. Sometimes the host is such a bore, you know? And sometimes they just try too hard to make it interesting. They're like trying to be super hyper. And I'm like, girl, just tone it down. It's too much. Thank you for donating, Matt. Matt says, I thought of more games you might enjoy. BioShock or perhaps BioShock Infinite. Also maybe Fallout 4. I don't know about that one. Hey, you actually just reminded me of BioShock. I played BioShock Infinite on my own earlier this year, and it's like one of my favorite games ever. I do think the ending, the whole plot twist thing they pulled was kind of poorly done. It was so confusing. Like, I don't think you're gonna understand it that well unless you watched a explanation video of someone else who dissected it. Maybe it's just me, but I thought it was kind of rushed, the ending. But I did think it was pretty interesting. It was an interesting twist. So I'm gonna include BioShock into my list of games that I might play on Twitch at a later date. Metal Gear Solid, is that a fighting game? So like... yesterday... It's not? Oh really? It's not? Sort of, I see. Thank you for donating again, Matt. Hold on.
Upgrade underway.
Matt says, you will probably like BioShock then, maybe BioShock 2. Minerva's done an expansion pack for BioShock 2. The base game is kind of meh. I see, okay, I'll keep that in mind. So I might go with BioShock, the original. So the other day when I was playing Smash, I didn't want to make it too big of a deal out of it because I thought that all of you guys were literally just about to witness me being the biggest noob at the game ever. But I ended up doing pretty good in it. I was kicking people's asses. So now I'm thinking maybe I want to play that on stream. So like it might have been something that would be interesting to play with you guys. who would truly beat me up and show me what a noob I am, destroy my confidence. But also, I got some advice from a friend, who said it's not a good idea to play games with my members or people in public, because apparently gamers are toxic and it like builds, what's it called, jealousy. It's like not a good idea for me as a streamer.
Upgrade
I don't know,
underway.
have you guys heard of that? Okay, so Energy and Dragon, Energy and Rhino says they agree people get jealous if they don't get picked. And Rare says, I've heard. So luckily, so far, I've been able to play with everybody who wanted to play, I think, because the amount of people that like I'm choosing out of, aka the people who are not only my members or patrons but also have the game and are available on that day, it's not a very big group. So luckily I haven't had an issue where I couldn't play with everybody. But of course, imagine like somebody with like 1 million fans, then I can see the issue. But then again, I do see a lot of VTubers doing this, where they play with their fans. So I don't know if VTubers, did they catch the hint? Or are they just taking the risk? It's up to the person, you think? Non-members jealous of members. Yeah, but... come on. That's not... I don't really see that as like a huge thing, because even if it's not gaming, members get special benefits, period. There's lots of things to be jealous of if that's what we're talking about. But like, also I think my friend particularly, they were also pointing out that the gamer community in particular are just more toxic. The gamer community is such a broad stroke that it's kind of dumb. Yeah, I mean, every community has their problems, right? Alright, so now I should be able to see... now that the face is on a separate layer, I should be able to see this. You get to see him without his glasses for once. Oh yeah, you might have noticed the expression changed from the last time I stopped this drawing as, because the commissioner wanted a more neutral expression for the default expression. Oh. Oh, you look at that. Oh, neck beard. Okay, that's good enough for now. You guys can handle the handle the scuff. Now, all right. course. You want to see that rigged. Yes, it might be a couple months down the line. But as soon as I finish this, pretty sure my client already has a rigger. What is this? Oh, of course. Maybe it is a good idea to change the color. Hello? Now the color won't change. It's probably under some layer. There you go. This actually should be at the very top. One of the most top layers. You love washing my hand whoosh around. Yes. The benefits of having my hand on the screen. Get to make you dizzy. You got your first drawing tablet, you're really happy about it. Congrats, have fun. Oh, I didn't mean to make them white. I just wanted them to be a different shade of pink. Hand fetishists love this. You're welcome, hand fetishists. So I'm thinking I should separate these two strands. Because otherwise the rigger might tell me to do so anyway. I guess it also depends on how hard the rigger wants to go, because the less you separate, the less you separate, the less work the rigger has as well. I think, like, they don't have to try to make every strand of hair moving. It can be a kind of a block swaying in the air, which wouldn't look as good, but you know, if I separate too much, sometimes they just create a layer and kind of merge it anyway. You know a friend that splits the hair in the middle, side fringes and back. Man. I did see a Vtuber before that had a lot of hair strands separated, and it was kind of too much. Like, there was just too much movement going on. So, I don't know. It might be the rigger's fault for not doing it that well. But also, maybe there's just too many hair strands separated. Have I ever considered applying as mama in a big company? Do they accept applications like that? Because I don't think I ever saw any application open for becoming an artist. Oh wait, actually I did see one application for Nichi Sanji, and I think they were looking for animators and other type of staff who do behind the scenes work, but I don't know if they were looking for model artists. I always thought they just handpicked people. Why is everybody talking about their fetishes? Now that I'm looking at chat. But would you even consider like long legs and stuff like that a fetish? Well, so to the definition of the word, it's only a fetish if you can't get off without that thing. If you just like it, if you just admire it, it's not really a fetish, you know? Because everybody likes long legs. We know that. I know you do us short people dirty. You need it. Your fetish is a robot. Well, hello there. You like to be spooned. I think we all like to be spooned. Unless, you know, you're too macho and manly. But like, it's nice to be hugged, you know? What's so bad about that? I'm just changing all the hair strands to be slightly different shades so that I can tell them apart. And after I do that, I should be able to name them.
Upgrade underway.
Thank you for donating. Matt B. Again. Sorry to be pedantic. But that definition technically excludes the possibility of multiple fetishes. I think a more comprehensive definition is that it is sufficient, not required. True. Sufficient. Okay, well, there you go, guys. Thank you for donating, Rhino. Rhino says, permission to make theCecile with a knife.
Upgrade underway.
With a permission given. I would like to see that. Can we go to another topic? Yes, please, before you get everybody in trouble if they're underaged. And their parents looks at what they're watching, you know? When you're watching a movie and it accidentally there's a scene that sounds like the PORN word. I ain't trying to get banned here. What? Oh, did I draw the strand twice? I think I did. That body on YouTube is fine though? Is it though? Is it really fine? I know that I was watching this channel, Mousetrap Mondays, where he tests different mouse traps, and he said that YouTube was being very harsh with his content because they didn't like that there was death. And so if YouTube doesn't allow, he said that it was unfair because it was for educational purposes. So if YouTube doesn't allow that, I don't think they allow dead bodies dragging. Your stream is on an ungodly hour for you, but you're gonna go to sleep. Good night, Kingcraft. And thank you for being part of my stream. I saw that quite late. Thank you for donating in, Matt. Watching this is giving me the urge to write procedural generation code for hair.
Underway.
I don't really know what procedural generation code is. I'm glad I give you urges. Hello, Shadow Walker. Welcome to my stream. Don't really know what is going on here. What is that? How many layers are we at? I haven't increased the layer counts because I have been just cleaning up what the few layers that we already have. So still the same as before. Maybe I should count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 7, wait, 15 layers just for the hair. No, 16 layers just for the hair. New kid on the block here, what up? Welcome to the stream, Alex. I am drawing a Vtuber model, and what I'm doing right now is I'm cleaning up the hair strands that I separated into different layers for the rigger. we will animate it. Alright, I'm actually merging some layers so I don't have to go through so many just to shade them. But these layers should be separated again later, as I've said earlier. That one should go on top. And actually, never mind. Going back the way it came.
Upgrade underway.
Beach ball here. Exactly. Thank you for donating again, Matt. Matt says, Minecraft is procedural generated. The computer follows a procedure to generate a world using random numbers for an infinite number of possibilities, making boring tasks easier and prevents repetition. Oh, so what you were saying earlier was you wanted to code something to make creating here easier? Because, like, yes please? But then again, 3D models also exist, and then I wouldn't have to draw every strand. I can probably generate them. But that's not what we're going for. Why don't I put text-to-speech voice on the donos? It still would sound like my futuristic aesthetic, so I actually can't. It's not an option for me for super chats, but if you donate through Streamlabs, which is, I believe, linked in the description, then yes, it will be read out loud by text-to-speech. Okay, what am I missing here? I actually think we're good to go. Oh, wait, no. I should do this, otherwise it will be kind of strange. First of all... Alright. Kind of struggling with the separation. Okay, I'm gonna do it like that. Thank you, Sean, by the way, for answering people's questions. Helps a lot. Sean, Precious Sean is a POG mod. Well, we know who the next Discord mod is. I haven't been looking at Discord that often
Upgrade underway.
these days because it takes a lot of my time when I chat too much on Discord, whether it is with you guys or other people. But I'm not too sure who is that active on Discord these days. Thank you, Nikto, for donating. Nikto says... Oh, wait, what? Silly me. I already had it separated. Nikto says... wait 1 second, let me just fix this. The fuck is that? Nikto says you understand that to match the amount of raw manly energy this guy's pink hair is giving off, you have to make him more jacked than a Russian gymnast. I think pairing pink hair with like buff, thick,
Upgrade underway.
beefy muscles is it's a pretty common trope. I've seen it before. Zara, I believe, in Overwatch. But she's not a man. Thank you for donating, Matt. Matt says the same techniques work for anything 2D, 3D, etc. There's a website making anime waifu with backstories once every second. This waifu does not exist. .net. I wonder how coherent those backstories are, or is it like totally nonsense generated? In Russia, you do not dye hair pink, the hair dyes you. Is her name not Zara? I'm telling you, my brain is empty. Every time I click that... Oh, Zarya! Damn it. Every time I click that start streaming button, my brain becomes empty. And what is this? Okay, so many strands. So many. Alright, so I'm just gonna... I think I missed one, so I'm just gonna include it onto this one. Good night, Alex. Natsu's buff in his muscles. You think that's his name? That dude from Fairy Tail. There you go, there's another one. He's pretty short though, right? It's kind of a typical shonen protag in terms of build. The fact that she's taken so long just to color makes you fear what your future of drawing is going to be. Don't worry, Rhino, this is almost exclusively, the pain I'm going through right now is almost exclusively limited to VTuber model drawing. maybe you just ought to stay away from those. A little friendly tip from yours truly. Okay, so those two layers can be merged. Hisoka is banned from this chat from now on. Hisoka is one of those anime characters that, like, us weebs somehow love, but he's like so questionable of a character. There's like some animes that are so questionable. But we give it a pass. We give them a pass because it's anime. It's a Joker type trope. Do people like Joker? Is he well liked? I know there's like some disagreements on the Joker movie. It's the last one that came out. Like, some people hate it, but some like it. Joker is heart emoji, and Luna says, ew. Joker movie was sad. Didn't the Joker movie have like a whole ARG advertising campaign? And if you don't know what ARG is, it stands for Alternate Reality Game. It's kind of like role-playing, but people don't know if it's actually real or not. Looks really pretty. Thank you. The hair strands are not supposed to be different colors, but I made them that way so I can see it better. But I'm glad you like it so far. Okay, so I accidentally just clicked undo a bunch of times for no reason. I think I missed another strand that I'm gonna add on here. I really hope the rigger doesn't tell me to separate these into strands. All the small strands into their own separate layers. The reason people don't like the new Joker is because it doesn't involve the original story, but it's still a beautiful concept. You love villains more than heroes. Me too. Villains are much more interesting. They have like... I see more potential in them as a character that can be built upon. But a lot of times they don't get that justice done to them, sadly. Joker movie is not a superhero villain movie, it's a psychological drama. Yeah, it sounds a little bit different from other superhero type movies. Marvel, right? Wait, no, DC, right? Batman is from DC. So I think I'm good to go with like the front bangs, but I'm considering if the back hair needs more separation.
Hello, user.
Kemi thinks we're, I think, re-subbing to the membership. Saying subbing is weird because subbing is just regular subscribing on YouTube. I think the back hair is fine. Okay, then I think I'll leave it as is. Kichido, you too.
Hello,
Welcome,
user.
welcome. Okay. Then if... I'm trying to imagine what it would look like when he turns his head if I don't separate the back hair more. I think I might have to. One interesting thing to bear in mind about what makes someone crazy is that they tend to believe they're the one who is saying, wow, everyone else is crazy. Crazy is a broad term. Like, if you just mean any type of mental illness, I think it depends. Because sometimes they're aware that they're suffering delusions, and sometimes they're not. Yes, I actually think maybe my mom and sister arrived, and that's why she's making a ruckus right now. Which means I might have to end the stream a little bit earlier than anticipated. I'm just gonna do this last thing with the back hair. Okay, that looks a little bit more like it. This amount of hair separation. Although this hair strand could probably be on a different layer. You know what? I'll put it part of this, the layer right on top of it, and hope that the rigger doesn't mind. Cecile and Mom Sil. Mama Sil. I should probably swap this position and not have this here, but instead have it here. As you can see, much big brain has to happen when you're drawing a model. Everything has to make sense. You can't make stuff up anymore. Your hair strands have to make sense now. God forbid. Do I know the SCP Foundation? If so, do I have a favorite SCP? Yes, we played the SCP Secret Lab on Twitch some time ago, and I don't know enough about them to have a favorite one. But in the game, the favorite one that I played was the Doctor? I think that's what it was called. I don't think do they have... Wait, yes, they do have names. I was gonna say, do they just go by numbers? Am I gonna commission the same rigger? So I'm not the one commissioning the rigger. Commissioner is. And no, they're not commissioning the same rigger that I commissioned. I don't know what's happening there, but I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay. Who am I drawing for? This guy is a VTuber named KL, and I think he changed his Twitter ad recently. So he already streams with a 3D model. I think his ad is ZKLZ. KL, like the superhero, I think. Isn't that Superman's real name? Euphoria asks, how do I commission the Cecile and how much does it cost? So I post any commission information on Twitter. I use Twitter as my primary information spreading social media. And I don't really have like a schedule for when I open. I open really just whenever I need an extra buck, or I kind of run out of things to draw. So if you really want to commission a model, I'm probably not the most reliable artist. Might be better for you to depend on somebody else. Good night, Yuki, or have a good nap. Might not be that late for you. I know you're like on the opposite of the world from me. But thank you for coming to my stream. I love having you here. You just went to follow me on Insta, so what did you miss? Not much. The stream is pretty quiet and chill. For once. Alright, so Now I think I finished separating all the strands. Since when we get loud. Sometimes I spend the whole stream talking and I'm drawing something super simple and I don't make much progress by the end of it.
Upgrade underway.
Thank you for donating, Rhino. Again, the Rhino says, chat, demand, theCecile. What? Do you want her to go on mic? Because we're twins and she sounds exactly like me. So I could literally bamboozle you guys right now. I can punk you guys and just like pretend I'm her. Hey guys, it's Cecile. Cecile. That was my sister right there. Nothing suspicious going on here. That definitely wasn't just me. Y'all can do a switch. I was in gym class once. Everybody says that to twins. And I was in gym class once, and the gym teacher tried to make that joke. He asked, do you guys ever switch places in classes? And I said yes. To play along was a joke, but I don't think I pulled it off that well because he and like the rest of the class looked really concerned. I'm like actually not too sure if they came or not. Or maybe my puppy is just making a ruckus for no reason. Let's merge those two layers just to simplify that. Okay. Did I ever run from class? What do you mean? You mean like skipping? So out of the two of you, I'm guessing you're the evil twin. Have you ever considered that both twins are evil? What? You think that's a fetish? The princess fetish, ew. It's definitely a freaking fetish in anime. Okay, so I think the last thing I'm gonna do on stream is I'm going to make all the hair strands in a more organized color. There are still going to be different colors so I can see the difference, but what I want to do is I want the hair strands in front to be a lighter color. And I want the ones in back to be darker. Let's see if we can manage. Welcome back, M47 Tao. The best thing is your twin can visit the stream with the exact same motto and it would be perfectly accurate. Same motto, but the split of the hair is switched. Is that what you want? I know that's a yes. What's going on here? Don't know where that mess came from. Does the other twin draw good? Yes. I think we're pretty similar in many ways, but we're also pretty different, mainly in our philosophies, or life philosophies. So, she's actually trying to become an artist as a job. But she kind of is just chilling right now. I actually don't like the way this strand goes all the way down to the sideburn. Okay. So I'm gonna do it like that, and then for the sideburn, just gonna bring it up. She went to art department? No, she didn't go to art school. I think she's still considering if she should. Chat question, would you fight a chicken-sized Trex mini dino or Trex-sized chicken? Geiga... I'm not sure if that word I can say out loud. But what do you guys think? A dinosaur-sized chicken or a chicken-sized dinosaur? I think the answer is obvious. You should ask her if you can show some of her work to us. You can just look for her on social media. Her @ is @endlessrz. Chicken-sized mini dino, of course. That's my answer too. What's scary about dino if they're miniature, you know? Yes, coffee, that is correct. Like, the only thing terrifying about dinos is their size. That's it. There's nothing else to it. They're ginormous. A tiny Trex can still bite, yes, but so can So can a dog, and so can a human. A dino-sized chicken can swallow you whole. You're gonna look like a little insect to it. Okay. Almost there. Trying to make the colors that I separated the hair into make sense. You think a dino-sized chicken would be better? They can't live in a modern atmosphere, so it would be an easy win. Wow, big science brain going off there. But you're right, the oxygen level is probably different. You mean dinos and chickens are related, so you assume they taste similar.
Hello, user.
I don't know about that one. Because...
Upgrade underway.
have you ever eaten reptiles before? Well, you might be right, everything does taste like chicken. Welcome to the membership, Jordan. And thank you for donating, Jordan. $10. I appreciate it. I don't know why this is connected to the ears. I have almost made the hair make sense. Even frogs taste like chickens, so you wouldn't be far off. Frogs, it's all about the texture. The flavor is very bland. But it's like very chewy and stringy. And it's not like my favorite unless it's seasoned right. I'm tired of every exotic thing being fried. Oh, okay, so I'm hearing a lot of noise outside my room right now. So I think it is true. I think my family did come. But luckily, I just finished what I said I was going to do. Which is make all the hair colors. Wow, can Birdie talk over the noise? Make all the hair strand colors to be lighter in the front and darker in the back. Just so it looks better. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it for today. What you saw me do was separate a bunch of pink hair strands. Alright, thank you guys for coming. It was a pretty chill stream. I made some progress, which is good. I decided to work on this instead of draw a new thing. Shodo, hello. Welcome to my stream. Yes, you did come right at the end. And Joel, you too. Guys, my husbandos are in the chat right now. Shodo, I don't think I've ever told you, but yes, you are a husbando. Joel, of course, wife bindo. Yes, it is a little bit of a shorter stream than usual because my family came and you might be hearing my dog making a ruckus in the background. Thank you everybody who donated and everybody who watched. Goodbye, guys.